Who was Pope Francis? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It depends where you are. Today we are going to talk about biography of Pope Francis, who died on Monday, 21 April 2025. But before listening his biography, I invite you to make a subscribe to this channel in order to get more video about different celebrity in different sectors. Put like, share this video to others, and comment. On Monday, April 21, 2025, the world was shocked by the death of Pope Francis, who was the Pope of Catholic Church since 2013. Who was Pope Francis? Listen his story today and you will know more about him. His born name was George Mario Bergoglio. He was born on 17 December 1936 in Flores, a near neighborhood of Buenos Aires, Argentine capital. He was the eldest of 5 children of Mario Bergoglio and Regina Maria Sivori. Mario Bergoglio was an Italian immigrant and an accountant from Piedmont. Regina Sivori was a housewife born in Buenos Aires to a family of northern Italian origin. Pope Francis was the head of Catholic Church and was sovereign of the Vatican City state from 2013 until his death in 2025. He was the Pope of the Society of Jesus or the Jesuit order, the first Latin America, the first from America, the first from the Southern Hemisphere, and the first born or raised outside Europe since the 8th century Syrian Pope Gregory III. Mario's Bergoglio family left Italy in 1929 to escape the fascist rule of Benito Mussolini. His other siblings of Pope were Oscar, Adrian, Marta, Regina, and Horacio Alberto. In the 6th grade, Bergoglio attended Wilfred Baron de los Santos Angeles, a school of the Salesian of Don Bosco in Ramos Mejia, Buenos Aires province. He then attended the technical school Escuela Técnica Industrial, and he was graduated with a chemical technician diploma. In that capacity, he spent several years working in the food section, Bachmann Laboratory, where he worked under the Esther Balestrino. Yearly, he had been a bouncer and a janitor. While on his way to celebrate the sing day, Bergoglio passed a church to go to confession and was inspired by a priest. He then studied at the Archdiocesan Seminary, Immaculada Conception Seminary, in Villa Devoto, Buenos Aires, and after 3 years, entered the Society of Jesus as a novice on 11 March 1958. As the Jesuit novice, he studied the humanities in Santiago, in Chile. Santiago is the capital of Chile. Chile is the country of South America. In 1960, Bergoglio obtained a licentiate in philosophy from the Colegio Maximo de San Jose. He then taught literature, psychology at the Colegio de Immaculada Concepción, a high school in Santa Fe from 1964 to 1965. In 1967, Bergoglio began his theological study at the Facultad de Filosofía y Teología de San Miguel. On 13 December 1969, he was ordained a priest. He served as the master of novices from the province and he became a professor of theology. In 1973, Bergoglio was named the provincial superior of the Society of Jesuits in Argentina for a 6-year term which ended in 1979. In 1980, Bergoglio was named director of the Philosophical and Technological Faculty of the San Miguel, where he studied, where he served as rector since 1986. In 1992, Bergoglio was named auxiliary bishop of Buenos Aires and was consecrated on 27 June 1992. He chose his episcopal motto to be Miserando atque origiendo, drawn to be from the Saint Bed homily on Matthew 9 until 13 line, because they saw him flow the eyes of mercy and chose him. On June 3, 1997, Bergoglio was appointed coadjutor Archbishop of Buenos Aires. In 2001, Bergoglio was named as a cardinalate. In 2005, Bergoglio was elected president of the Argentina Episcopal Conference. When he turned 75 years in December 2011, Bergoglio submitted his resignation as Archbishop of Buenos Aires to Pope Benedict XVI. Cardinal Bergoglio was known for his personal humility, doctrinal conservatism, and commitment to social justice. His simple lifestyle, including living in a small apartment rather than the elegant bishop residence, using public transportation, and cooking his own meals, enhanced his reputation for humility. He limited his time in Rome to lightning visits, papacy since 2013 till 2025. Bergoglio was voted as Pope on 13 March 2013. He took the name of Francis and held his papal inauguration on 19 March 2013. Pope Francis chose not to live in the official papal residence in the Apostolic Palace, but instead remained in the Vatican guest house in a suite in which he received visitors and held meetings. Pope Francis was the first pope since Pope Pius X to live outside the papal apartment. Pope Francis chose his name of Francis in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi, and he has done so because he was especially concerned for the well-being of the poor. It was the first time that Pope has been named Francis. Pope Francis transformed the Catholic Church and wrote a variety of books and other texts, including Memory Hope. On 4th October 2020, Pope Francis published an encyclical Fratelli Tutti on fraternity and social friendship. In his April 2015 papal bull of indiction, Misericordia Vertas, the Face of Mercy, Pope Francis inaugurated a special jubilee of a year of mercy to run from 80 December 2015. Solemnity of Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary to the last Sunday before Advent, the solemnity of the Feast of the Christ, the King of the Universe, on 20 November 2016. Pope Francis established the World Day of the Poor in his apostolic letter Misericordia and Misera, issued on 20 November 2016 to celebrate end of the extraordinary Jubilee of Mercy. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Pope Francis canceled his regular general audience and he encouraged prayers to visit patients and health workers. Pope Francis' international relationship. Pope Francis helped many countries to resolve their problems. He visited many countries in different continents. Pope Francis played a key role in the work toward restoring full diplomatic relations between the United States of America and Cuba. Pope Francis was frequently described as a progressive and or liberal moderate. Pope Francis' health. Elected at 76 years old, Pope Francis was reported to health. His doctors had said the lung issue removed in his young age did not significantly affect his health. The only concern would be the decreased respiratory reserve in if he had a respiratory infection. The Pope has suffered from chronic lung damage due in part of the lung excision he had as a young man. In 2021, the Pope's health problem prompted rumors that he might resign, which Pope Francis dismissed. In June 2022, after undergoing treatment in his knee, Pope Francis cancelled his planned trips to the Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan. In March 2023, Pope Francis was hospitalized in Rome with a respiratory infection. He returned to celebrate Easter vigils, Mass on Holy Sunday in April. In June, Pope Francis underwent abdominal surgery after suffering from hernia. In February 2025, Pope Francis entered Gemelli Hospital in Rome due bronchitis. He remained for more than a month after dropping polymicrobial infection of his respiratory tract and bilateral pneumonia. Eventually, Pope Francis was put on mechanical ventilation for a number of days and suffered 2 episodes of acute respiratory insufficiency. After the infection improved, he was discharged from the hospital on 23 March. Pope Francis' death. Pope Francis' last public appearance was at St. Peter's Square in Vatican City at the Easter Sunday, 20 April 2025, where he gave his final Easter address. He called a ceasefire in Gaza. Pope Francis died at 7:35 a.m. the local time at 2025. His death was announced by Cardinal Kevin Farrell on Vatican TV. Pope Francis his funeral will take place on Saturday, 26 April 2025. What you loved to Pope Francis? Tell us in the comment. Rest in peace to Pope Francis. Make subscribe, share this video to others in the comment. Thank you.